说话吧，咱们傀儡恋行不行？行吗？傀儡恋好不好？说好啊。
I'm actually in Changchun for a business trip, and very soon I'll be going to Volkswagen to have some business discussion. So at the moment I'll be waiting for a colleague. He'll be joining me here soon, and we have to go to VW. I'll be uploading a separate video for my VW vlog. I mean, for my visit to Volkswagen to have a business talk. So expect that in a separate vlog.
还行还行。
巴基斯坦。
我是尼日利亚的。工作，我是工作的。
工资高吗？
You know, one of the first impression a Chinese gets about you as a foreigner in China is that you are earning huge salary, because they feel that if you're not earning huge salary, then you will not be in China. You know, so that means that for you to be in China, then you are earning huge salary. This is just the kind of perception they have about foreigner generally, you know, but it is not usually so. So if you're coming to work in China, just get ready for this. You'll be asked several times, you know, by people, strangers, people you just met casually, how much do you earn? How much are you earning? Do you know what? They are trying to evaluate you, to weigh you and evaluate your worth, because they know if you are earning very high, then you must have good worth in China. So it's just common. It's a simple way they evaluate you, try to know who you are by how much you earn. But for let's say where I come from, people don't usually ask you how much you earn. It's really strange for someone to walk up to you and say, how much do you earn? No, but here in China, it's a question you'll be asked several times. So don't get offended. You can just decide to ignore this question and life keep going on.
你们中国人为什么没个人问多少钱的工资？
那你们都是不问的吗？
不怎么问。
毕竟它这是省会。
长春在吉林是第一个城市吗？
对。
对，所以这里好。他们是干嘛呢？
上课。
上课吗？
这个孩子放暑假。
这里放暑假吗？放。
Yes, sometimes in China during discussion we just ask questions that we already have answers to. This is just a kind of gesture, by the Chinese people to keep the discussion going. For instance, oh, that's your phone. They know this is your phone. Oh, is that your phone? Oh yes, it's my phone. That's your, maybe that's your car, and they ask you, oh, is this your car? They know it's your car, but just to keep the discussion spirit on, we just ask questions that we already have answers to. This is what I found in China as well.
放几天呢？
放到1个多月，放到8月末。
8月末。
8月末。
全中国是吗？
这个生活吃的
习惯了。
对啊，差异生活方式差异很大。
差异多。
习俗也很大，是吧？
对啊，差异很大。
温度吹的什么都很大
你，那是热带吧？
热对热，比中国热一点。
什么地方来着？
尼日利亚
尼日利亚。
没有冬天，没有下雪。
那都什么？一年四季都什么气温呢？
有一年我们有夏天有秋天，最高夏天有30多，38、30差不多差。
热。
热。
冬天就不很冷是吧？冬天少。
我们没有冬天，
哎，那也好，也好啊。
没有冬天，夏天秋天。
反正已经定期了，买房子了。
没买房子。
买房子怎么讲的？
In the Chinese culture, one of the basic way to know if a young man is ready to pick up a bride is if he buys a house. You know, here the culture requires you to buy a house. It's just common in China. People don't usually rent houses. You know, they rent houses for temporary, use maybe to foreigners and the likes, but it's a common Chinese culture to buy a house. So when you buy a house, then it means that you are matured, or ready to have a bride or to pick up a bride. But from where I come from, it is not a must that you must buy a house before you can pick up a bride or before you can show signs or that you are ready to get married. No, you can, if you have the chance or you have the opportunity or you have the resources, you can build your own house. You can also buy a house, but if you do not have, you can also rent a house. So buying a house is not a compulsion before you can be or show or prove to the society that you are ready to get married. 想在那里买房子需要钱，钱不够。
在这里买房需要钱。
啊，对。
你们那个你们叫什么钱？我们叫人民币，你们叫什么？
我们叫 naira。
naira，一 naira。那人民币它俩是比例多少啊？
一 naira 跟人民币有大概30多。This is another question you should expect in China. The Chinese people oftentimes would like to compare your currency with their own currency. They want to know what is the strength of your currency. So if your currency is weak, then it means that your country is weak. Your country economy is weak. Don't be surprised. You may not get much respect from them, it's just natural. But if your country currency is really strong, that means you have a good economy, that means you're from a country of envy. So this is also a way the Chinese people uses to compare where you are coming from to where you are now. That means China.
我们1元人民币兑一块有30块人民币啊。
对。
那你那边钱
还不行。
这边挣钱也不好挣啊。
也不好挣。
可以换单枚吗？那我们回尼日利亚可以吗？你去尼日利亚对。
坐飞机。
你去吗？坐飞机吗？我们回尼日利亚非洲。你去吗？非洲。可以吗？尼日利亚。你没听过吗？尼日利亚吗？
我听过，但是我说起来有点绕。
啊，尼日利亚。
要从这儿坐个飞机的很久。
需要14个小时，在埃及转机。
埃及转机。
对，或者在土耳其。
你这出差啊？
出差对，去打中，你去打中，再等我的同事。
Hello，说话吧。咱们回尼日利亚行不行？行吗？回尼日利亚好不好？说好啊！你怎么不说话呢？
I just met this little girl and the mother, or should be the grandma. So okay, we're just having some nice talk here. If you're new on this channel, please consider subscribing. Subscribe and also click the bell button for notification so you get notified each time I make a new post.